What's up, fam? How y'all doing? I hope you guys like my video. 2 videos in one day. You guys will see this tomorrow, Monday. Monday, March 10th, guys. And I have my procedure the next day. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll see what happens. So, I'm doing Smuckers, whatever it's called. Zing Lazine meal. Okay. And then we have our peace tea, sugar-free. It tastes disgusting. And this is chicken. I got a thorn in my finger. It hurts really bad. This is chicken, rice, bell peppers, peas, I almost said okra, cucumber, not cucumber, celery, and it's 20% low carbs. Let's see the chicken. Let's see how much is what. Okay, it's 210 calories. That's not really good, but I'm not cutting my calories right now. Sugar 0. It's got vitamin D in it. It's got MSG in it. It has no sugar. Oh no, 3 grams of sugar. I just said that. And it's by this company. You guys, if you look at my really early videos, like back when I was losing weight, I ate a lot of these from the stores. Okay, but I want to tell you guys a story of something. Okay, so eating that. I'm gonna sit it right here so you guys can see it on camera. Oh no, that kind of blocks it. Okay, you guys know what it looks like. Here, I'll put it back. I'll keep it. Okay, I'll keep it like that. I'll keep it like that. Okay. No, but then how the hell am I supposed to eat? Okay, I'll eat like this. I'll turn this way because I'm left-handed. Okay, so I wanted to talk. There's mushrooms in here, and I hate mushrooms. But today we're just gonna eat the mushrooms. I'm not a mushroom person. Oh, let's say grace. Dear God, bless us, we bless this time in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so let me tell you guys. It needs a little bit of salt. Let me tell you guys. Okay, so we moved to Florida in 2005, right? So I was 15 when we moved here, okay? Just turned 15. Literally, not even shitting you guys, literally, I just moved back in with my parents before we moved here. Like the year before, in 2004, I was kicked out and I was staying with that family. I told you guys that whole story. I stayed with that vegetarian Christian family. No, nothing against Christians, nothing against vegetarians. But for me, at that age, I didn't want to deal with none of that, okay? So anyways, I was staying with this family. I came back home. I told you guys that whole story. Go watch it. It's maybe like videos from last year. But anyways, so my mom and dad were like, hey, at this time we stole the rental house. We were like, okay, we're moving. But stuff kept happening that it kept getting prolonged. So I'll never forget our last week there. We did a big house party. My sisters came over. My brother that passed, he came over with his friend. And we did like a big pizza party, homemade pizza. I feel like we made hundreds of pizzas. It was pizzas everywhere. And me and my brother, how his best friends came. Shout out to the Roics. My best friend Steven came out. Shout out to, came to the thing. Steven is straight. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. But anyways, so he came over. And we had fun. And then this girl across the street from us, her name was Sierra, and she looked like Sierra. I had the biggest crush on her, but her mom was like, no, my daughter's not allowed to date until she's 16. I'm like, okay, that's 1 more year. But we weren't going to be there. So I was pissed because I had the biggest crush on her. She was so pretty. I don't even know what she's doing now. But anyway, and it pissed me off because she moved in right when we were moving because that apartment was vacant. Because across the street from us were like these duplexes and it was like for low income homes. And so that apartment stayed empty for so many years. And then she moves in literally like a month before we leave. I was so pissed. But anyway, so I hanged out with Steven my last day. But what I want to tell you guys is when we were driving here to Florida, when we first came to Florida, it took us 18 hours. Me and my mom and my dad and my little brother, I was in the car with my mom in the van. My brother was with my dad in the truck. Our van was packed to the max because my mom was like, Steven could have came with us and then we would have just shipped him back. We would have just sent him back on a plane. But the van was so packed and so there was no room for him. That's why we had to switch off. Like we would go 4 or 5 miles or 4 hours or whatever. And we would switch. We'd go to we always loved to eat at Crackle Barrel or Bob Evans. And so we would go. And then we would switch at the gas station. And then I would ride with my mom. and my brother would ride with or I would ride with my dad, my brother would ride with my mom. And back then we had CD players. CD players were big and round. You put your CD in, you had a box of CDs, like a folder of CDs. And I listened to all the WoW music. I had everybody in there. I didn't care. I had country, rap, R&B, Puerto Rican music, Dominican music, Jamaican music. I had all of it, right? So, anyway. So, between here and Georgia, there was this little gas station, right? I had to pee. My brother had to pee, so we pulled over. My dad never liked to stop for the bathrooms, but he would do it when he had to go. So we'd be like holding our bladder. And my brother had an issue with that. He had to go or he would wet us out. So we had to pull over. I could hold my bladder, but we pulled over for him. So I'm like, why not? Just go pee, right? So if you're an older brother, you know this. Your mom always pairs you up when you go to the restaurants or the bathrooms because you never know what could happen. So I was always like my brother's, whatever you want to call it, bodyguard, blah, 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 blah. We really didn't get along at that time. We were kind of mad at each other, but she paired us up. So we went to the bathroom, and there were these showers where the truckers would shower, right? Oh my goodness, me and my brother were like this the whole time trying to walk in because there were like some people did not want to shut their showers. So you were seeing like areas that we did not need to see as a 15-year-old and a 11-year-old. We did not need to see that stuff. So we hurried up. Went and peed, did whatever we had to do, got out of there really fast. We're like, Mom, we literally just got scarred for life. And then she was like, what are you talking about? And then she went in the women's and she's like, oh, I get, okay, yes. Y'all should have went to the family bathroom that is private or whatever. So she understood. She was like, yeah, next time don't do that. But the cool thing in the gas station, what I wanted to tell you guys, was there were gator, right? Because Georgia has a lot of gators and Florida too. So we tried gator. It tastes just like chicken. We tried frog legs. Tastes just like chicken. We tried escargot. It tastes like, what did it taste like? It tasted like shredded up mushrooms to me, really. And we tried, they had fried everything. Me and my mom tried fried pizza. My brother and me tried a fried Oreo. That was good. We tried a fried pickle. That was good. And then my mom loved pig ears. So she got her some pig ears. I got me some, Pringles were my favorite chip at the time. My brother loved the Pop Rocks. I got to do a video on the Pop Rocks. I don't even know if my son knows about the Pop Rocks. I got to do a video with him trying the Pop Rocks because it scares some people when it pops in your mouth. So I got to do a video about Pop Rocks. If they even still sell them. I'm going to get one. My favorite was the green apple. That was my favorite flavor. Green apple and raspberry. And we would chew so much bubble gum. And so anyway, we were almost to Georgia. And we went to go stay at my cousin's house like we always did. And him and his wife, my cousin's wife, so she was my cousin too. She went all out. She cooked us all this Jamaican food. We saw my dad's aunt, who was my grandma's sister, Aunt Nancy. Shout out to you. She's in heaven now. I love that lady. She was so sweet. We saw her, little short Jamaican lady. She was so sweet. We saw her. They went out. They had ackee, saltfish, spinach and cod, dumplings, hardo bread, everything, ting, cola champagne, everything. My brother didn't really like a lot of Jamaican food, so he would do the spinach. He would do some bammy, and he would do some hardo bread, but that's it. He didn't like the Jamaican food. He just didn't. He said it was too salty, so he wasn't a fan. And then my aunt knew that I didn't like spicy stuff, so she had me my own little bowl on the side. And then my brother had just like, she made him like just some stew peas and something. He would eat that. So I loved her. She was so sweet. So we stayed upstairs in my cousin Zachary's room, and then my mom and dad were in another room. And Dum Dum, I loved gum so much that I would chew gum and go to sleep. And that was so stupid because I drool when I'm sleeping, like when I'm really, really, really sleeping when I'm little. I have like, it's disgusting, but I have like drool everywhere. A lot of people drool. But, because my mom said I used to teeth a lot. Like I used to suck my thumb when I was like, I think from like 2 all the way up until I was like 7 or 8 or something like that. Like my thumb was bad. So then they got me like this pacifier thing because the doctor said it was like messing up my thumb. Like my thumb literally was like peeling and everything because I sucked it too much. And so the doctor told my mom that it was some type of comfort for me. He said most adopted kids have like a blanket, a pacifier, a bottle, whatever. Mine was just sucking my thumb and that was it. And I had stuffed animals. So then she got me a pacifier and I was like, dude, I look stupid as a 7-year-old using a pacifier. I said, nah, that's gotta go. Because I saw myself one time in the mirror and I'm like, I look so dumb. And pacifiers back then were so tiny and skinny. They weren't like all these big ones now. They were just like skinny. You had like the little hoop and then the little thing that you sucked on. Pacifiers were like, this is like the early 2000s, okay? So they didn't have these Winnie the Pooh or Toy Story, any of that shit, right? And they didn't have the teething ones either. So anyways, so I always chew gum. Like I stopped sucking on my pacifier and sucking my thumb. So I moved to gum and I fell asleep and the gum got stuck on the mattress and the pillow. And then it got in my hair and I was so pissed. And then I woke up the next morning and I was like, mom, come here. She's like, what? I'm like, look what happened. She's like, why were you chewing gum? Like, you know better. Da, 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 da. So then she had to like get a piece of ice, freeze it. If you want to get gum out of your hair or off of a pillow, freeze it and then just peel it out. So that's what she did. She freezed it, got it out, and my aunt didn't even care. She's like, please, I have 3 boys. I've woken up to worse stuff than that. Please. And my mom's like, yeah, me too. And then we came to Florida and we stayed with my grandparents for like 1 year, right? This house wasn't built until March 7th. Oh my God. Yesterday was the anniversary, or the day before. So now we officially been in Florida for 19 years. We moved into this house exactly March 7th, 2006 is when we moved into this house. I was already in school and everything. I was pissed because the school that I went to was called University High School. You can look it up. It's nothing but Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and Mexicans. And there's like a few little crowd of black people, right? I was friends with everybody. And I was dating this girl named Alex. I told you guys that. And she just came up from Miami and we started dating. And then my best friend, I met John there, Victor. I never even knew that I would have got so attached to Victor's family all these years later, almost 19 years later, and his nephew be my son, and then I dated his sister, and Victor was like one of my best friends, and I'm still best friends with Victor today. And I love his mom and his brother and his aunts and everything. Like, I didn't even know that was going to be like a family that I'd be stuck with. Not stuck with, but like be a part of for so long. Like that to me is just amazing. And then have a child. But basically, like, we moved here and it was like, I was so pissed when this house was built because I had to go to a new school. And I was like, no, I want to stay with my friends. And my grandparents were like, no, we need our house back. Matthew has to move. And I was like so pissed. And I wish I could have got my license right then because I could have stayed at my old school and graduated with all my friends. But no, I had to go to a new school that was a preppy white school where everybody knew my name because my cousin was like super famous there. And my uncle was like one of the best basketball coaches, girls basketball coaches. So here come fat old Matt. I wasn't fat, but like here comes me and I'm like, what the hell, what sport am I going to do, you know? But anyway, so I'll tell you guys part 2 because we're already at 13 minutes. I'll tell you part 2 tomorrow with Jama. I think me and Jama are going to hang out. So I'll tell you part 2 tomorrow, all right? Make sure to like and subscribe. This was good, guys. Go get this, the rice one. I wish I could have showed you guys the one I had yesterday. It was so good. It was like it was a vegetarian lasagna. And it was really good. It was small portions, smaller than this. And me and my mom cut it in half, and it was so good, guys. It was so good. And my niece had like the best 6th birthday party ever. So, but I'll see y'all later, okay? Peace out. Bye. You guys will see this on Monday, the 10th, and then I'll see you guys back Tuesday, okay? I love you guys. Bye.